Afro Fish OG.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 14 of the second, I like to call it, season. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something. I'm progressing forward of Afro in the know. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday right now. It is the 3rd of February. We are slowly making it out of the cold season, depending on where you live at. I mean, some places don't. Like, fuck, man. I got a couple people that live over in down in like Florida, and they're like, every time I'm like, bro, they're like, oh, it's not that bad, man. It's only like 40 degrees over. I'm like, dude, at one point it was negative 42 over here.
Woo!
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. It was so bad. Like, I was like one of those where like I felt bad. I'd let my dog out. She'd go outside, and I was like, dude, her piss is gonna freeze midstream. Like, it was
Not the puppy. Oh no.
But I was like, damn, this is going. It's bad. It's bad. But we getting better. But today, I have my guest, all the way streamer, content creator, all the way from the land of social media, Pro Quesadilla.
Yes, sir. That's me.
I was sitting there being like, is it Quesadilla? Quesada?
You know, everybody says Quesadilla for some reason. I'm like, where y'all getting the H from?
That's fair.
No, it's okay though. But that's me. But yeah, Pro Quesadilla, long-time streamer, doing this for too damn long. But I like what I do.
No, I love it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I get people like every time they look at my thing, they're like, but you don't have an afro. And I'm like, and your parents are disappointed in you, but we don't point out all our flaws. Like, don't come at me like that.
You know, sometimes we gotta look at it, but we just gotta move it to the side. That's okay.
Yeah,
we ain't gotta worry about it.
I'm not today, but
right.
but I appreciate you being here. It's always such a thing getting people together to go and do these kind of things. And I'm interested because, like I said, I saw you up. I was like, oh damn, okay. Like, I saw you in one of your lives that you were doing, one of your streams. I was like, damn, this seems pretty cool. But for the people that don't know much about you, the floor is yours. Just let them know, like, who you are, what you about, and all the other shit in between.
Sure. Well, what's up, everybody? My name is Pro Quesadilla, variety caster extraordinaire. I've been doing this for like I said, almost 12 years. November will make it 12 years. I started with Twitch, and then started doing like videos and stuff like that on TikTok and YouTube, because mostly I had a day job, and day job and school took over most of the life. So I only did streaming. And I was like, you know what? I just play video games all the time. Let's just do what I can and let people know about gaming news, things that's been going on with like brand new games, indie games, big games. And I just been loving what I do when it comes to video games. I started with Smite, and then I ventured out because I didn't like playing Smite anymore. I was like, I miss playing, like, being a gamer, because what really got me into playing video games was RPGs. So I was like, you know what? I'm going back to what I was. So I went from just being a Smite streamer to being a variety streamer. So they call me the jack of all trades because I do so much, not just like streaming. I do acting, voice acting, event hosting, esports commentary.
Oh, wow. I learned all over the place.
I'm everywhere. Like, I'm learning like video game development. That's what I went to school for. And I just do so much, and people like that I'm not sticking myself in one box, but that also damages me because I'm never a master of anything. But I know a lot, but it's still fun.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And what I'm actually, it leads to like one of my first questions. Like, now, especially actually two questions, because you mentioned Smite, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not good at all. Like, I am terrible at Smite. I tried playing it. I was absolutely dog water. But it was bad. But it's interesting. Like, you mentioned you started with just streaming, and like most people, like what even got you into the streaming aspect in the first place?
A friend of mine actually from college, he actually funny enough, he actually works for Twitch, but he told me about Twitch because he was leaving early. I'm like, yo, where you going? We're about to go hang out and go do some stuff. And he goes like, I'm gonna go home and stream. I'm like, stream? What do you mean stream? I'm gonna go play Smite for people. I'm like, what? Smite for people? And I learned about Smite recently, and I think a Game Informer, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, let me go see what Twitch is all about. So I go home and I watch him. I'm just like, oh wow, people watch you just play video games. For real? Okay. So I took my 2009 iMac, installed Windows on it, and I played Smite on that iMac for a couple years. And then the rest is history. And here I am now.
No, that's awesome. And I think that's how I think a lot of it starts. I'm always interested to see like how people start. I've had people say they started out of loneliness. I've had seen people start out of just
Right.
like whatever. It's always something. But like I think that's cool. I love it. I love it. Like, and as a gamer myself who has indulged in all different varieties,
Yeah.
my question leads. My second question is, what is your preferred game then?
Dang. I mean, like right now or like all over?
Like leading in, because like you said, you started with Smite, you went from Smite to something else, and I'm interested like where you went from, how you kept going up higher and higher. You know what I mean?
Man, I think so. It went from like Smite and like, well, I guess I stayed with competitive games for a little bit.
Okay.
And then because it went out from Smite, then I went to League of Legends. Then I got off of League. I hated it. Then I played Paragon, if people remember that game from Epic before Fortnite killed it.
Paragon. I don't know if I remember that one.
Yeah, Paragon was was Epic Games' attempt at making a MOBA.
Oh.
And yeah, so if you ever seen like characters like Twin Blast or Murdoch or like Narbash, like you'll see like those are like free assets if you ever like want to like you learn about making video games and stuff like that. It's like free assets, and those characters from that game, and that was their attempt at making a MOBA, and that's what I was on that for a little bit. And then I was like, then after that, I just moved over just to playing like I miss playing RPGs. So I started streaming more because I would play Final Fantasy 14. It was one of my favorite MMOs, and that's still my favorite MMO. I played off stream, and like I'm like, I don't think people want to watch me play Final Fantasy 14. Then I was like, you know what? Let me just go and play Final Fantasy 14 a little bit on stream. And I started building a community around that. Made some friends through that, and even just played a bunch of different games. So like shooters here and there, like Fortnite or Apex Legends, and then just kept on going. And just speaking about one of my friends right there from Final Fantasy 14 and another creator as well. But yeah, like I'm the person that just likes gaming. That is what made me get into gaming in the first place. Was when my mom told was one of her coworkers was getting rid of a bunch of boxes, and he was getting rid of stuff, moving in and stuff like that, and he had a box full of video games. Yeah, and my mom, bless her soul, I had a PS1 and an SNES, and I mostly wanted to play on my PS1. But Queso only had Spyro, Rugrats, Tarzan, and Small Soldiers, the video game. And I was like, Mom, I need a little bit more than this. And my mom's not really about video games because, she was the from the 50s, and she's like, you need to play more. You need to focus on your school.
Your brain.
Exactly. You need to focus on school. You got to go all this stuff. I'm like, you're right. Whatever. But she allowed me to have those games, and those games kind of shaped who I was, and I got solidified in video games. And yeah, I just like playing games, and no matter what genre it is. It's like sports games because I hate sports games. That's just me though. But I'll play whatever.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm a sports fan myself. I'm picky on sports.
That's fair.
I feel that.
Right.
And I think that's awesome because like I think when it comes to like streaming, I think a lot of people don't understand that streaming is like 95% like your energy, what you bring. Like I praise the people. I'm not talking negative about them, but I've met a lot of streamers, and I'm sure you've seen this too throughout your streaming career stuff, who might play a game, but they're not interesting.
Yes.
And the truth of the matter is, if you're not interesting, no one will come and watch you.
Exactly.
And like, I find that it makes sense. Like, it makes it the other day, like you sell yourself. So my question though is like, were you? Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like the energy from you right out the bat, fucking dope. Like it's good. It's good.
I appreciate
That's
that.
awesome. It's a positive
Yeah.
thing to have. You know,
Yeah.
have you always had that? Like, has it always that's just been it? Because like
You
you have
know,
that energy for streaming. Like,
no, at first I was streaming, and that's why I love streaming and everything, because I was actually a very shy, introverted, overprotected child. So like, my mom was my only parent, so she always had me on her hip. And going to school where majority, white kids and stuff like that,
yep,
you're kind of feel out of place. And from first grade, being in that same school from first grade all the way up to your senior year in high school, your reputation is kind of solidified based off how you were as a kid, and kind of clicks and everything you had kind of was just
mhm,
to myself. But I'm glad that streaming brought this out of me. And so that same guy who brought me into streaming also brought the shell that I had over myself cracked out. So the person that you see right here was not this 12 years ago.
right. No,
So like I was very chill, like just go with the flow and just stay out of the way if need be. But now I'm just like, what's up?
no, and that's great too because I love that. I love the fact that like how much gaming helps people. Like
Yeah.
because gaming can do so much for like bringing the best out of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know it's easy to focus on the negatives.
Yeah.
It's so easy to focus on the negative, but I think it's harder, like you said, like to kind of look inward at that point and be like, dude, I can fucking do this. Like this is something fucking legit.
Yeah.
And so since you've been doing this for so long, I guess my next question I would have is since like you started to now, like in terms of success, like some of the
Mhm.
successes you've had, you talked about earlier, what is advice? Like I want to know for like people who might not be streaming, or want
Mhm.
to get into streaming, what is advice that you would give for them right away?
I would say the best of so much I can give y'all. But I would say the one thing is don't be afraid to fail.
Hmm.
Failing is part of growth. One thing is I'll always bring up when it comes to a movie, an anime movie, Meet the Robinsons, is
Meet the
first time,
Robinsons. Shit.
right? Like, when he failed at making something and the family was happy. It was like you failed and that's okay because you get to learn to not fail anymore. It's the journey until you become successful. It's
Mhm,
okay. So you don't know how many times I've seen people rebrand themselves or come up with a different route of doing something. You're allowed to make mistakes and you are allowed to grow from your mistakes to make something better of yourself.
mhm,
So with anybody who wants to get into, it doesn't have to be streaming. And it has to be, for a job that you want to go into voice acting, you want to be an actor, you want to be a comedian, you want to do musician, you want to be a musician, you want to make music, do it. It's okay to fail. It's about, if you fall down, can you pick yourself up again so you can try again?
mhm.
That's my biggest advice is just be like, try things out, see what works for you. If it doesn't work, try something else and brainstorm something else. That's what that's what we have a brain for. To use it, to use it and make some cool things out of it.
That's fair. So no, and that's absolutely true. My question, I guess, I won't jump. I'll stop trying to interrogate. All right, I'll stop trying to interrogate. I feel like I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
interrogating this one because I do. I find it really interesting. You know, when it comes to like a lot of new people who are streaming because streaming
Mhm.
has gotten massive probably
Right.
since you said what 2009. Like
I started in I technically started in 2013, but I really took it seriously in 2014.
okay, yeah.
So
So
yeah,
but
the
even in
iMac was
that
old.
in that 12 years there, that's a huge jump. Especially we get like an influx of people who have been trying to be streamers and been content creators, and I think social media has done overall massive for
Yeah.
people in general. You know, and I've always wondered from like a perspective of a person who's been doing this for a long time, is it nice to see people getting into this, like into these kind of these, I don't know, it's not a profession, but like a hobby that could potentially become a profession.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see different walks of life being able to, showcase what makes this platform like different than others, and just to see the mixing pot of different people and then different types of lives and just overall talent that people have, and just like every stream can be different. You
Mhm.
know, it's just nice to see so many people just take it up. And you don't have to have the greatest PC ever. Like one of my friends who she now works for, like, she used to work for, I believe she used to work for the community management for South of Midnight. She started
Woo, I
streaming.
love South of Midnight.
Yep, a great game,
It
fantastic
is
game.
so good.
But she started streaming with a Kinect on an Xbox. She streamed on an Xbox with a Kinect camera, and next you know, now she's working for game companies like that, working on South of Midnight. Like, it's nice to see people who do that. And it's
no, absolutely. And like the start from ground all the way up. Speaking of South of Midnight, I don't care what anybody says. I said this in my last stream, but I'll say it in this one. I'll say it in this one too. South of Midnight deserved to be nominated for like best score.
Yes,
like
100%.
If you're not gonna give it for gameplay, because that was actually my only critique of the game, was like the gameplay got kind of boring to me after a while.
Fair, 100% fair.
But the story was really good. The music, the world, it's just like the most. I was like, what did I say? I joked about it one day. I'm like, it's like Alice in Wonderland for Black people. And I was like,
yeah, actually, yes.
I was like, that's why all you motherfuckers loved it. Like, it is our version of Alice Madness Returns. And so, you know, I wanted to get that out there because let's be honest, it's so good. But but when you worked your way, decided to like switch up, and after you were done, you know, you were working with like streaming, and you're like, dude, I want to get into voice act. I want to get like, did you end up getting like roles into like other kind of games, stuff like that?
Not yet. I'm still fairly new. I'm still very much a beginner. Working with some friends who are like in voice acting and stuff like that. You know, getting their advice, then putting out for like even small projects and stuff like that. Just seeing where it goes. But you know, there's a lot of voice actors out there. It's just like, because I've been acting since I was 16 years old, so I understand the whole entire thing of you get 1,000 no's until you get your first yes.
Yep.
So like I've been in maybe like a few commercials, and I've been in maybe like a few indie movies, a music video, stuff like that. But like it takes a while, and I didn't really start doing this until like maybe like 2 years ago, and then I still feel like I'm still not even at the starting line yet. But it's not. I do hope to get to, you know, into anime or video game or shoot, like even
you're
a
gonna
commercial.
Get that Solo Leveling season 3, right? Like,
I wish. I hope that'll be great.
Like, I'm gonna hear this like this motherfucker been screaming for like.
You know, it'd be cool. It definitely would be cool. Like I have so many like friends, like my friend Segi VA, or like Justice Washington. He like showed up in a game recently, and it's one of my favorite games as well. It's Zenless Zone Zero, if you know about that gacha game.
Okay.
He actually plays as a Seed Senior, which is like this little girl who her dad, who she pretty much adopted father, is a big robot, and that big robot is my boy. So
that's dope.
Yeah, when I play the game and everything, I'm just hearing his voice and everything. I'm like, dude, that's so cool. I can't wait to do stuff like that. And I cussed him out at like 3 o'clock in the morning because his ending was so sad. Because it was super sad. I was like, why would you do this to me at 3 o'clock in the morning? I almost cried on stream. I'll fight you.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. Like I want to so bad. Like one of my goals is to like write for a game, to be like on like the list of like writing for a game. I love to write. Yeah. So like I want to so bad. I got done talking with another lady who wrote she was the lead writer for Far Cry 3. Ooh. And the game called Starlink, Battle for Alice. Yeah. I love that game. The game's fucking like it. I don't know. Like I don't know. I try to say like the games. I don't like the term underrated. I don't like the term like underrated games, because like for most part, people be like, you know, it's an underrated game. I'm like Batman Arkham Origins, and I'm like, the fuck no, it's not.
Nah, it's just I call it an undiscovered gem.
That's a good way to put it. And like Starlink was one of those. I think Starlink was one that just got passed over.
Yeah.
And like people need to go back and look at it. Yes, it's Ubisoft, everyone. It's Ubisoft, okay? But Ubisoft can make good shit. All right.
Yeah, if they got their eyes open.
if they just shut their mouths and put their nose to the grindstone, they can make good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Their biggest problems when they start to talk.
Yep.
I'm not gonna get that Ubisoft brand now. Like,
hey, I'm a Ubisoft partner, and I still talk trash about them.
That's one of my goals. So, like, I think, you know, my next thing I would love to delve in is the games that you do typically like to play. Like the games that you do typically like to play. Like where do you find them? Like I know you mentioned Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Like are you typically always playing those on stream? Are there some games that you don't purposely don't play on stream?
Yes. Well, at first it wasn't because I thought as a creator that everything you play is supposed to be content. And I
Mm.
had to be told by multiple people that that's not true. And there are times like with Persona 5, like Persona is one of my favorite RPG series. And
I
I've
love
been a
Persona
fan
5.
since 4. Like that was my first rated M game I ever paid for with my own money
You
when I
must be
turned
excited
17.
for you must be excited for the revival then coming out then, huh?
Oh, there's a clip of me screaming when I saw it. Like it's funny because like when they announced like Persona 3, 4, and 5 on Xbox on the Game Pass and everything, I tweeted out me screaming that even Xbox and a bunch of the devs saw it. I was like, oh god. Yeah, I'm genuinely excited because everybody knows me as the Persona guy. I've been talking about Persona for years, trying to get people into Persona.
No.
But yeah, it's just those kind of games that I like playing. It's just what got me into games,
Mm.
and Persona being one of the first games I ever paid for with my own money. With it was rated M, be specific, rated M. But it was one of my favorite games, and I just love the story. I love the music, especially the music. God, I love the music. But yeah,
Oh,
it's just very dear to my heart.
no, and that's good, and that's true because like Persona 5 was the first Persona I've ever played.
Mhm.
I picked it up because it was like fucking cheap, and then I was like, okay, let's
Right,
let's see what this is all about because I hear people not like never shut up, never shut the fuck up about it, and I was
right.
just like, okay, cool, let's see, and I was blown away, absolutely blown away, like
Hmm.
man, like everything, and there might be some spoilers for like a fucking almost 10-year-old game, like,
Yeah.
so, but like for example, when like the whole issue with Kamoshida and
Hmm.
all the stuff around him, which just had my jaw drop most of the time,
Yeah.
and like just throughout that whole thing was just absolutely mind blowing. Like I'm not gonna
Hmm.
lie, that game was so good, and I'm excited for 6. Like I'm
Yes.
excited for 6. So
Oh yeah.
we'll put a real quick pit stop on this one. We'll put a pit stop on this one. What's good, Husky? How's it going? But I do want to say, what do you want to see for Persona 6? Because I got my thoughts,
Okay.
but I'm interested.
My main thing, and I've been thinking about this, and a bunch of other I've seen like people talk about is this. I want to get out of high school. I want to
Mm,
be in college. I want to. If you want to keep the school aspect, I'm fine with that. But I'm tired of being a high schooler. I want to be a grown man. I'd rather just be. You put me in college. Put me in college. Let me. Because all the weird tropes that when you started when you the thing about Persona's not a perfect game. It has flaws. You know, with like the romance system with dating people older than you when you're 16 years old, even though culture in Japan is completely different. I understand that.
mm,
But
I mean,
it's like
yeah,
I'd rather us just be in college. Just be in college and then we just we can do all of those tropes. You could date an older one when you're in college. I did.
there we go.
like, that's appropriate at that time. But
That's fair.
I feel like being in college could actually talk about a lot more of the things that adults go through, like, mental health, like um work, family, all the different types of
Mm,
things. Sure, high schoolers go through that, but high schoolers are definitely teenagers are developing still understanding what the world is. When you're getting to college, I like to call it, you're getting towards the end of the tutorial. Your life begins when you hit 30.
that's an interesting way to look at it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think I failed the tutorial a little too many times. But like but but yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
Like I think that they do need to move up. I one of the things I mentioned is I don't mind them doing like if they're, I've heard someone cry for this, and I don't mind this, like doing like a female protagonist this time. They've done what
Yeah.
three male protagonists. If you're
Hmm.
going to do a female protagonist, and I will say this wholeheartedly, lock in with it. You don't need to
Hmm.
do like if we're gonna do a female one, but we're gonna do a male one. No, if I'm sorry, if you a man and if you a man and you that afraid to play as a female character, that is something that's completely on you. You need to grow up.
Hmm.
But I think yeah, I agree. Also in college, it would make sense um for them to do that because I think as that maturing age, I think there's like things you could use on it's like purpose in life.
Yeah.
When you feel like there is none. Now
Mhm.
I'm thinking like Persona 7 needs to be done with like people in their 30s. Like they're gonna be like, "What are you 30-year old?" I'm like,
Right.
"Damn, Persona," and then it's like my persona looks like Thor if he's just like Thor after like an 8, like at the end adventure of what was that called? Endgame, where he's all like chubby and shit like that.
Yeah.
But no, I do. I believe that there's so many benefits they could do with Persona. The one thing I've been hearing from some people is Fat Thor. The one thing I've been hearing from people is they should go the route of the Expedition 33 route. I disagree, but I would love to hear what you thought.
By Expedition 33, right? What do you mean?
Like they want that kind of turn-based combat from Persona from Expedition 33, and I was like, I personally wouldn't. I want them to do more of Metaphor. I love the way that Metaphor Refantasio did.
Yeah. I think I agree with you. Rather just stick with what they know. If Persona is Persona, I want to play Persona. Like there's been a whole fiasco, like for I think a year, where like certain creators have been talking about how Final Fantasy needs to go back to its old roots of being a turn-based game. And I'm like, I get it. Final Fantasy, if we're talking about like the mainstream games and everything, the turn base is what made Final Fantasy. But the thing is, like, they've noticed ever since they made Kingdom Hearts, and even Crisis Core. I'm gonna say Crisis Core as well. That the action RPG part is it's fun, and they sold. So they're like, we just lean more into that, and because it's more engaging than the turn base. But I do understand the old heads do like the turn base, and that's what's his identity. But and it's people trying to say it's losing in this identity. No, I think it's evaluating it. It's evolving itself. Not evaluating, I say that, but evolving itself to the next to where their fans are going. Persona and Atlas, I just think there's no formula to change there. It's just it works. It's worked for multiple games, right? And even in work with a new IP for Metaphor, they just changed the battle system just a little bit, but it still felt like it was a Atlas game. So if the recipe is good enough, you don't need to change it. So
no, I agree with you on that one. I think like Expedition 33 did a really good job. It really brought back like what people loved about Legends of Dragoon into this here, which I always tell people, if you also like this kind of combat system, play a game like Sea of Stars. That's a really good one too.
Good game.
Like that one's really, really fun. But I think that like I don't think everything needs it. That whole kind of like how I joke about this, but like how not every black dude needs the Killmonger hairstyle. Like if we could drop that for a second. There's like we have so many games that have that, and I'm like, no, I just want original hairstyle. Not mine, I'm bald, but like that's a different story. But one of the other ways I want to say too that when I talk about like the things I would love to see for Persona, I want especially if you did an older one, I want the social sims to matter more. I don't want the choice of being like, oh, can I just date them or can I not? I want the fact of like their choices or like my choices evaluate if they actually like I can ask them if they want to date, and then they can actually refuse, either be like, hey, no, like let's just say like let's just say friends or whatever, or they'll so actually I don't have the choice, they get the choice. It's based on
how the story went, or the choices, like you said, the choices you made. Like one thing I will always love, and it still kills me to this day, is Mass Effect 2, Samara. I chose her first. I was like, yes, this is her, that one. I want that one. And then get by the end of it, you were like, hey, I appreciate you so much, but based off on who I am as a person, I'd kill you, and not in the fun way. I'm like, but I worked so hard. She's like, no. I'm like, oh, come on. But no, like, but her having the choice, but you have to like respect it. And it's just like, I think developers definitely need to like take those risks again of being like, based off, like you said, either like, the choices you make or just how the story is already written, just based off, how that character was written. No, they should definitely have the choice of saying, hey, no, I can't do that. As much as I care about you, no, that's and I think that's so. Okay.
I think it also make it really interesting that, like, let's say, you have your cast of characters, but I want to see them do more of like, not all the choices that you make, even like main story wise, they agree with. Like, I want one, like, because we saw this a little bit in Persona 5 with Makoto's sister, right? When she finds out she has a palace. I want one where it's more of less, she's like, we can't do this. Or like there's, actual like strife between the characters because there's people that they're like, are we ethically going to do this?
Right.
And I need to see more of that. Like
Yeah.
I need to see, and it's kind of weird because it's like I feel like Persona could go a darker tone, like a bit darker,
Oh
especially
yeah.
if you get older, it could go darker. This is something that I
Mhm.
learned. I didn't know this at time, but like I learned this from like playing Digimon, where
Mhm.
I was like, damn, Digimon is dark. Like
Mhm.
I never knew that. I was just like, I remember,
Mhm.
as a kid, like Digimon, that kind of shit, and I was like, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. And then I'm like, bro, like Digimon, like there's a whole mission in Hacker's Memory where a character is like has this like they rewrite his memory section a bit, so he thinks that he actually goes and he offs like the teacher. He has the students like kill the teacher, and then all jump off a fucking building.
Mm,
And
mm.
I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, what the fuck did I just do? And I'm like, this is Digimon? I'm like, holy fuck, dude. But
Mhm.
I think they need to go that darker route. Like, I
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna do older, I want to see more like more darker stuff. Um, doesn't always have to be. I'm just saying it doesn't always have to be SA. It doesn't have to be SA.
Right. Right.
Like, you don't have to. We already got that with Kamoshida. So
Yeah,
I don't need, you
Kamoshida,
don't need
yeah.
to go back to that route. You can do creep dudes like I don't like that's something, but like I don't want to go back to that route. But like I do agree. Like I think that's I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I definitely feel the darker route is definitely okay. But like Kamoshida, like in my opinion, is probably like from the Persona games I played is the definitely more realistic and darker tones I've seen with these kind of games.
Mm.
Because I like no other villain after the facts with Kamoshida hit that tone
No,
ever again.
none of them do.
I was like, Kamoshida's the worst. And they like, sure, we have, whoever the final boss is, like, but when it came to like stuff that you could that's very close, I guess I would say, and very real from what we could see, and it can be avoided. It could be, if somebody spoke up, that was the most realistic thing I've ever seen. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
Kamoshida is the worst person I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's scary it happens in real life.
yeah,
And again, it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have to be the same topic because we've seen it before and everything. But for in that kind of series, I think that was like the first time I've seen it. And I was just like, wow, did not
yeah.
think
And
that
that
would a
you're
tone of a
so
hit.
correct too. Like, in it was the fact of not even just him, but it was the fact that the parents were hiding it. The parents hid it because they didn't want their they wanted their children to get into whatever good school or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the fuck. And like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, because there are parents in real life that will do like that will hide like horrible, heinous things
Yep.
um in order to make sure that their kid looks good. And that's weird. Like, I'm sorry, that's just weird on so many levels. But I think that, Persona can pull it off. I think the
Yeah.
Persona has the writers to pull it off. Um, more than anything else, more than
Yep.
anything else. But also, you kind of also mentioned you also I think you kind of dabbled a little bit with anime. It sounds like you dabble a little bit, just a
Well,
little bit.
I dabble here and there.
I'm dabbling. So I mean, my question to you is, since you just dabble, a little bit, what you play, what you listen, what you watching right now?
I'm watching Konosuba again. I only watched like the first season. I know that we're about to get a fourth season soon, so I'm like, let me go watch these two other seasons. But the thing about me, and I tell this to my community, and I also tell this to my friends as well, that I am a binge watcher. So,
Mm,
but everybody who's watching an anime right now, I'm
mm.
usually a year or 2 years behind everybody because I like to sit down and watch 24 episodes in one go. So I'll just sit there for
Oh
like eight
shit!
hours watching an anime.
How the fuck you do that? I can't do that. Like I ain't got the bandwidth to do that. Like I
See,
gotta
I
be
do
eating
8
something.
different things at the same time. So, like, when I'm watching it, I'm like writing a script for a TikTok and also talking to my homies at the same time. So I'm just like, this, working, yeah, what's going on? Then doing all this and then watching. And I watched like a whole season in a day.
Man, I'm only journey level ADHD right now. Like I'm like not even like, I'm not even at that full point. Damn, that's crazy. So like I've never seen Konosuba myself.
Mhm.
It's one of those where I don't know if it'd be something I'm interested in.
Mhm.
I've been starting to veer into like slice of life because my wife is not a big like shonen person at all,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
fair. I mean, shonen's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But so we've been watching more slice of life stuff. So we just finished the anime Violet Evergarden,
Oh, okay.
which was good, and like we both cried in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there and I'm like, we're both sitting on the couch. I'm sitting there, I'm like holding her hand, and all of a sudden she looks at me and I'm just like, I know she's looking at me right now too. And I'm just like, shit. Like, but like I love the fact that anime can bring out those kind of emotions. Like it's
Yeah.
sometimes it feels like it's more than just a show. It is literal art.
Yes. Mhm.
You know, and it's wild. Like it's so wild. Like that's why I was interested in like what kind of anime are you all like looking at right now?
Yeah. No.
Have you binged like free run and stuff like that too?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I
Recently.
just making sure. I found someone who's like, I have a friend of mine who's like, I don't like free run. And I was like, the fuck you mean you don't like free run?
Like, I'm very, like, I don't discriminate when it comes to anime. Like, even like this anime that's like even like marketed towards women. Like, I like
Oh,
Fruits Basket. I
Fruits
love that
Basket
one.
is good. I've seen
I
the
love Fruits
original.
Basket. I love Oran Host Club.
I love
Like,
Oran.
like, like one of my favorite, like, I guess is marketed towards women, but it's like still one of my favorites by like we all know Clamp, the women love mangaka team.
Hmm,
And they're one of my favorites is Angelic Layer.
okay.
And it's about this girl who lives with her distant relatives and stuff like that, and learns like her mom's like not around because she's like out for work and stuff like that, so she doesn't really get to see her mom. And then very shy and stuff like that, and her friends bring her to the store and come to find out about this game called Angelic Layer, where it's about you pretty much put on this headset and you control a little doll in fighting like matches and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So, and one of her favorites is a this very like goddess looking type doll, but she was like, "Oh, I want has something like that." And then come to like later, there's like kind of a spoiler there, but I don't want to say it, but it's really good. As I love it. It's one of like OG's things I watched when I was like when Comcast like, did on demand. That's like show my age right there. But
Mhm.
but that's like stuff like that. Like it's good. It's like very like it's marketed towards women, but it actually can have like a male appeal as there as well. But it's just like it's literal art. It's good stuff. I was like, dang, this is
Well, I like
good.
that too. I like that, like, it can be marketed towards someone, but can still be enjoyed by everyone around.
Yeah.
I was watching the uh the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Um
Okay.
it's on Netflix. It's really good.
Check it out.
I really, really enjoyed it. I think there's only like 13 episodes, and it's really cute. My wife and I watched it. The only like my it's one of those like shows where it's like they come from two different schools, right?
Yeah.
Like and one of them through basically the rich school, and the other one's from American public school service. But like, and, like they're like, oh, the one school hates the other school, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they built the schools right next to each other. Like, what would you
It's
do?
like how does what okay.
Like, you guys hate
I
each
do.
other, but you guys are like right next to each other. Like, why would you?
Right.
I don't like this. Like, that's why, like, I think those like slice of life ones I find the most amusing,
Mhm.
because I do find them like just generally interesting. Like, I'm not expecting to wait for be like, okay, I need to find the next hype moment, right? Like, I
Mhm,
need
mhm.
that next fucking Yuji versus Hikari fight, right? I need
Right,
this.
right.
I don't need that. Like, I'm watching them like, okay, cool. Like, oh, like they're gonna they're holding hands or something like that, or it's whatever.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. What I'm not gonna lie, my most hated trope ever
There you
out of
go.
all of them,
Uh-oh.
I can't stand an oblivious main character. I can't. Like when the girl's like, oh, I think we could go and like not saying a date, but we should hang out, and he's like, oh no, I'm good. And then she like, okay, well, fuck, whatever. And then he's like, oh man, does she like me? And I'm like sitting, I'm like, bro,
Yes, stupid.
yeah, like she had like walk up with like a big old fucking sign being like, date me, bitch. Like it's I can't stand those. I can't and that's definitely some older wise too.
Yeah.
Um actually it's probably one of the reasons why I actually got annoyed with Luffy for a bit too. Like I learned to love Luffy, but like Luffy's one of those that like it took me a long while to get to actually enjoy.
Yeah,
because it just came to a point where I'm like, this dude is so stupid, and just it's to a point where I'm like, I'm struggling here. I'm struggling.
yeah.
I don't know. I think I can't stand like just an oblivious main character.
But how we're gonna milk it for 2 seasons though?
I don't know. One Piece has been milking it for fucking like 30. And it's like, thank God that like One Piece has an amazing cast of characters and like worlds and all that other kind of stuff. Because this was more focused on Luffy. I think I'd lose my shit. But I'm never a fan of oblivious main characters. And I think as I get older, the fan service is just one of those things where it can be very distasteful and can ruin an anime for me.
Fair.
I don't know if that's the same way for you or not, but like that's
it. I guess it depends. If it's just like if there's no reason for it. If it's just like if it's like the fan service because the the main character is a pervert, so then let it be. But if it's just because I know a lot of people, and one of my favorite animes is and I know a lot of people turn it off because of how they it's Food Wars. So when Food Wars is one of my favorites, and I know why people don't like it is because when they love food, when they eat a food that's so good, they get like, oh, it's ecstasy, and like their clothes rip off or anything like that. But it's just like,
I mean, not to that extent, but you ever ate some food that's so fucking good, you're like, dude, this shit's fucking gas.
Yep. I mean, we blacks, we understand how we do it. We have the different ways of showing how we do it. We like you hum while you chew, you're swinging your legs, you're like you throw a little dance here and there, but like,
and then people are starting to wonder where the Food Wars got it from. Like, I'm just saying,
it's right there. But yeah, like no, but I get it. It's just like as long as it's if it's in the context of the show, then sure, like fan service here and there. But if it's just like, oh, we're just gonna show it every 2 seconds, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna get sensitized to it. It's not no real shock factor like it's supposed to be doing, or like, ooh,
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I kind of felt with like I like Fire Force, but that was one of my issues with Fire Force. Is they just enlisted like one character who's just losing her clothes constantly.
Yep.
And I'm like, on top of the fact that the guy is like the one, I think there was one dude where she like loses her clothes and stuff like that. And he's like, the nose comes out, and I'm like, bro, this dude's like, what's this dude like fucking like 27? Like, I was like, the fuck wrong with you? Like, I think there's a part of me that just kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's just something as I get older. I've been so desensitized to when it comes to like the fan service that when it feels like it's just kind of unnecessary, it's just like, okay, like why is that
like why are we trying to sell this right now? Like what's the I get what you mean. I understand.
But yeah, that's just me on it. But like, I mean, have you watched the other one? Like, I would call them I'll call it the anime boy starter pack, which is like JJK, Naruto, all of them. That is it is. It's the anime basic boy starter pack. Just like Dragon Ball. Like honestly, I got to a point now where if I like say Dragon Ball and something, I actually never watched it. I'm like, you're a liar.
You're a liar. Come on, what are we talking about?
You telling me that you've never? I don't know who Goku is, and I'm like, dude, my mom knows who Goku is. My dad knows who Goku is.
Everybody knows who Goku is, please.
Yeah, it's just that shit cracks me up too.
Yep.
So my question also, I don't know if I've asked this before. If you had your choice of what to voice act in like any upcoming series, what would it be?
Upcoming series, wow.
Persona
6.
Persona 6.
But I mean, I would love to be in like, I would say like even something like Free Run would be cool. Like if Free Run was something like they were looking for voice actors, I would definitely do it. Shoot, if Corey Kenshin makes his anime based off his manga, shoot, let me get a voice. I'll do it.
That's fair too. There's a lot of them that actually, like Corey Kenshin is one. I think King Lion made his own comic series.
I think so. Yeah.
There's a lot of them that do that. And then there's me being like, it's gonna be great someday.
Hey, I have an idea for a trilogy between like 3 different siblings dealing with certain things and whatnot. It converges. I just need an artist. I can write it. I can't draw for crap.
That's how I feel. Like I'm just gonna be like, so who's this person? Like just like a one stick figure. Like this is my main character. Why? How do you know that? Because I drew him in crayon. He's gold. Like,
You ain't got no references or anything? No.
no,
That's not the best way I can draw it right now.
Like you can tell it's the villain because the villain has it has three. There's circles and then there's a couple lines being drawn.
And his aura's in purple.
Yeah, his aura is purple. They're like the what is that like the I would say that's like the most generic villain aura ever. It's just like, oh, your aura is purple. He's like, yeah. Well, then you're the villain. How the fuck do you know?
That's how y'all are.
Like, are you gonna tell anyone? No, I can't say anything for like the next like 16 episodes.
I would love to see an anime like breaks the fourth wall like that and just like, bro.
Oh my god,
we know you're the villain, right? Wait, how did you know that?
I would love to see one, yeah, where the dude just like goes in, so he knows, like it's like one of those isekai ones where he knows all the tropes.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, "Oh, I'm totally not evil." He's pushing his glasses up, and he's like, "That guy killed her."
How do you know? I have a feeling.
Just a feeling.
He's like, oh, he's got to have some type of superpower or something. Oh, I just
like,
know how it works.
Can you prove it? Like, roll your hands up. See, he got blood on his hands.
You said that the culprit like fell while he was getting away, right? Look at his left knee.
Yeah, he's all scraped up. But like the one part I definitely knew about it was like, I know this guy right here. He's gonna die. Like, why? Because you started talking about your backstory for no reason. Like.
Oh, I love that. I mean, somebody copyright it. Make it now.
Like, I'm sitting here being like, damn, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna get past all these harpies. And all of a sudden I hear you being like, oh, man, I could have been something great to myself. So this nigga gonna die. And
just hand on his shoulder, just
it's okay.
I miss you.
It's okay. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. He over here.
He's the one you want. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like I need an anime to be made like that.
Yeah.
Like,
that would be
like
so
he
good.
just
I need
knows
that.
every single trope.
Yeah.
The guy gotta be he can't be like a teenager. He gotta be like in his like 30s or something where he's been doing this for so long. That's why I kind of like the whole like Kojima want to be a common writer.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet, but I've seen clips. Yeah.
I've seen some of the clips of it, but like that's why I kind of like the fact that like this dude's in his 30s. I'm like, this is the anime that I've been waiting for. This is Power Ranger for me. I'm 34 myself, so I'm like, this is it. This is how I'm gonna be it.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like I don't know. I want more anime featuring like people who are older. I do.
Yeah.
And they don't got. I don't want no like isekai where they go back to go being young again. No, fuck that.
Right.
I want them to stay in their 30s. I want them to stay in their 40s.
Yeah, like I'm starting to see like we're getting a lot of anime with like older protagonists and whatnot. Like think like this guy who's like I can this one anime. What's it called? Like I can parry everything or something like that. He's literally just a grown man just dealing with all this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. We got grown men doing stuff like this. Like it started. I think like and even like what's the one with the ugly uncle who got isekai but came back.
Oh yeah, the uncle in another world.
That one too. I was like, oh, I like these ones because it's like showing like, oh, the older people can be in these kind of situations as well, not just children. And even then, young adults still like these kind of anime because as long as the writing is good and it's or comedic or it has the action that they want and it's good, that's all they care about.
Oh yeah, no, they well, I mean I'm sure they do because most of them can't like read. So like, but like the reading, the media literacy is pretty low for a lot of people. Just look at the JJK fandom. But like,
yikes!
I'm just saying, like, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your 6th grade level, okay? Get mad at that.
I dropped JJK at the tournament, so
tournament. Like I ended up just like reading, like finishing the manga, and I was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It was like I will when people are like, "Oh, is JJK good?" I'm like, JJK is fun.
Yeah,
like it's fun, it's enjoyable, it's crazy, it's over the top. It feeds my like lizard brain of just power scaling, watching people blow stuff up.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
but like yeah, it's just like if you're I think there are some really good characters in there. I just don't think I think that's like one of the shows that when I look at it, it's just kind of it's a fun show. And I think sometimes people forget too that these shows are also just meant to be fun and enjoyable. Have you watched Records of Ragnarok?
yes.
Okay, love it. I love the show.
Mhm.
But I will say it's the equivalent of just taking action figures and shoving like slamming them against each other. And
I mean, you're not wrong. He's like, what if these two would fight? How would that go? It's literally just death battle, but anime.
it is
And with like religious,
anime.
religious and like real life figures. That's it.
Yeah, it's like if you were just like, yo, dude, what if Hercules fought Jack the Ripper? Okay. How would that work? I don't know, but it sounds cool.
I don't know. We're gonna figure it out.
You know, and I love those, and I think those are, you know, just overall really enjoyable.
Yeah.
For people also who, I mean, they might not know and stuff like that. Like, so what are your some future projects that you have also in the works?
Currently we're actually working on a Tekken tournament that I'm going to be. 'Cause I always like casting and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, last time I actually did a tournament, which kind of like fell through. It was a Smite 2v2 ARAM tournament and didn't
Mhm.
go well. But you know, my first tournament ever. It is what it is. But I haven't done a tournament since then. And I'm just like, you know, I've been playing a lot of Tekken 8 with my friends and whatnot. And I was like, you know what, would be fun just to have like a fun little tournament for fun, not for money yet, and just be like, you know, invite a bunch of creators who play Tekken because a lot of people in my circle and I've and like their circles play Tekken. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me just get a bunch of creators for fun, all skill levels, come in for fun, punch each other in the face virtually. So, so right now working on something called the Sizzling series, and it's not just going to be Tekken. Like first, it's going to be Tekken, but if like I can start getting like funding or anything else from like you know investors or anything like that, I want to branch out to other games and highly promote Black creators if I can. So,
Mhm.
do you ever look at the high level and everything like that when it comes to tournaments or anything like that, there's not a lot of us in there unless it's in fighting games. So
Right.
I want, and there's a lot of us who you wouldn't believe how many times when I played Smite or any other game that's like you know doesn't have like a predominantly Black community, people come to my stream like, oh shoot, you're Black and you play Smite. I'm like, yeah. Oh, you're Black and you play League? Yeah. You're Black and you play RPGs and stuff like this? Yeah.
I mean, like when you spend
We're
most of your
here.
time like around those, you know, I don't want to call them crusty white dudes, but the white dudes who look allergic to showering. Like, I
Yep,
mean,
yep.
you kind of come off as like a unicorn to them.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So, you know, I and that's really cool though too. Like as a person who got into Tekken 8 this year,
Mm.
and I've been loving the game. Like I play
fun.
Brian, and I've been having just a blast playing as him.
Yeah.
But that's so cool though too. Like I used to set up Smash Bros tournaments
Mhm.
a long time ago, like local ones, and I think it's fun as hell, but it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like for for people who don't know, like Tekken or not Tekken, but just fighting tournaments in general are a lot, and they can
Yeah.
last quite a while.
Yeah. Like,
So do you
luckily, I
have
have a great team that's working with me, like, and they're doing it for free as well. I'm just like, I asked them like, how much do you want? Because a friend of mine, she brought another creator who runs a pretty much tournament organization and stuff like that, and she was like, oh yeah, we could do all this and this and this, you know, and you just tell us your budget, and I'm just like, you know, I am a full time creator, not by choice, as I like to call myself, because you know, lost my job not that long ago, and but trying to find work, and during this economy, it's hard to find, especially this job market. It's terrible right now.
tell me about it?
So it's
I
so
just lost mine, so I'm the
see,
same way.
you get it. You understand.
Mhm.
Like I've been out of work for like a full year, and I've just been that's why I've been going so hard with creating and stuff like that. But luckily, the team that my friend brought me into, they were like, yeah, we're gonna do this for you for free because they learned about my budget and what I've been doing. They were like, no, don't even worry about that. We're just gonna help you out. We're gonna do this for fun because you seem like you enjoy what you do and you want to do something for this community and these creators. I'm just like, I just want us to have fun. I just want us to be seen. I want to be put on platforms. I want us to see more of us do cool stuff. I want to see us do cool stuff and not just be overshadowed or just only thought about during Black History Month. So, hey, by the way, happy Black History Month, everybody. But yeah. Yeah.
Love it. No, and I think that's amazing too because like they're always there's always room for more of us, in the space, especially when it comes to gaming. Whether it is you are in front of a camera, whether you are just, whether you are a developer, a writer. I mean, in your case, like setting up tournaments, there's always room for more of us. And if if there's a space that doesn't have one of us in it, we will make sure that there's one of us in there.
Exactly.
And so I commend that just wholeheartedly, because I think that's amazing.
Appreciate it.
All right. No, it's like, Michael, I guess let me switch it up. I actually just thought about this. Who do you play then?
What do I play?
Yeah, who do you play?
Oh, Miarizo.
Who do you make?
Miarizo. And before that was Reina. So
I hate Reina.
they call my Reina all gas no break. I don't know, because I just keep pressing buttons. I'm like,
no, that's fair. I noticed that there's some characters that you just naturally struggle with, like no matter what. Like I cannot beat a June player online. I don't know what it is. I just can't. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, and it gets me every time. I'm like, no, this is fine. This is
for
fine.
me, it's King players, or even Armor King.
I will say when it comes to King and Armor King, you will either absolutely stomp them or they will stomp you. There is no in between with King players.
Yep.
Like it's the scariest shit. Because I go in and I'm like, either I'm fucking his ass up, or I'm getting pounded. There ain't nothing gonna happen. And like as soon as I watch, I go to throw one and he counters me, and I'm like, oh, so it's the latter.
Yep. Once I'm in that combo, I'm like, well, I'm in the blender. I'm hitting the button to see if I can get out of it. Like, nope, not working. Nope, not working. Nope. I'm here.
Kicked. I'm going. I'm like, watch my guy get launched in the air, and I'm like, oh, well, there's only one way but down.
Yep, that's it.
So I love Tekken though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so fun.
It is so fun. I know there was, I played 7, but I played 7 so casually that I really I can't really tell people like when they're like, oh, what do you like better 7 than 8? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like I mash buttons in 7. I actually know how to play in 8. Like there's a difference between the two. And I will say though, and I still stick by this, Tekken needs like a full creative character customization. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm tired of like, I like, sure, that's cool to have like the, you can customize whatever your pre-existing character is. I think that's cool. Don't get me wrong. I need like my own to be able to make my own character. I want to make my own character look like me. So when I'm watching him do capoeira, it feels like I'm actually doing it. Yeah. Like I used to, like before my wife and I moved, I was actually learning it and I was using it to help work out, and it was fucking great. Now I'm like fucking fat again, but I got to go relearn everything. And so, but it was fun, but it was hard. It's stressful. Like that shit's stressful on the body. And like, I want to be able to make my character so I can be like, okay, cool. So I just need to like put my hand here and then lift my body up. And then like, I hear my hip break, and I'm out of work. They're like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm great. I'm doing fine.
I'm all right. I'm fine. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I've always felt like fighting games should have a creative character mode. Like every fighting game should. Mortal Kombat can. Soul Calibur's been doing it for years. I think Street Fighter just brought in one.
Yeah, they're like their world tour thing. Yeah. So yeah, you can make like your own character and stuff like that. Yeah,
like Tekken, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Like, and I want it to be good. I want it to be like a detailed one. You know what I mean? Like Baldur's Gate level character customization. But I don't think we'll ever get it, but it'd still be dope as fuck.
Right. You saw the new characters for Tekken though? They're coming out?
Oh my god.
Year 3 is looking good. Oh
dude,
my god.
I was shocked. Like I was shocked when they first showed Kurimitsu, and I was like, okay, dope. And then my brain was like, but wasn't she a DLC character last time?
Yeah, so right.
Like, just did it again. But seeing Bob was like, okay, dope. Because
I hope with Bob we're getting that so-called Waffle House level that we were supposed to get.
Waffle House level? So it is a thing.
Yeah. So Harada, remember like Harada, he heard about the Waffle House and people wanted a Waffle House level. He's like, hey, I'll talk to them and we'll see what happens. And then he came back later saying like, what if if I can't get Waffle House, what would you guys want?
Jack
And
in the
I
Box.
think right, and it's just like, or like, can you come up with like some names or something like that we can have to like, like Burger Beatdown or something like that, or something like that. So I think like since like Bob had like a burger thing on his shirt, I was like, are we getting a Waffle House ish parking lot fighting lot? Please, I hope, please, I need
That's
it.
gonna be
So,
dope.
that's the closest thing we're gonna get.
Yeah, like I was like, you might as well toss out all of your other maps, all your other levels at this point. No one's fighting in any of the other arenas, like because once I get into that outside bar brawl, like that's it.
That's it. I'm not doing anything else.
Like that's dope. I think the thing that got me was Roger Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting Roger Jr.
His little chain with says "mom" on it. I love it.
I thought that was like when they were like Australia and question marks. I was like, no,
no.
Like you are the big. Well, that's what makes me okay. So the one character that I want to see, and this is actually, I'll ask you this first: what character would you want to see come back that hasn't already?
Wow, God. The thing is, like, when it comes to Tekken, I don't know much about Tekken. I played Tekken 3, the demo on like PlayStation Magazine when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
And then like, right. Like, and I paid attention a little bit, but I could always go for like, was it Tekken, or was it, I think it was Tekken Tag, if I'm not mistaken, but Dragon Ogre.
Ogre.
I would like Ogre to come back, but like on his beast form. I liked his beast form.
That's good. I liked his beast form. I remember Tekken Tag Tournament, the first one. Because I had to play Tekken Bowling all the time, and that's I would just play Tekken Bowling.
Yeah.
I think, believe it or not, I kind of want one. I want is Mokijin. I want the block of wood.
I'm surprised Mokijin's not in it right now.
I want Mokijin. Like if you could switch instead of going random, right? Instead of saying random, you could just say Mokijin. Mm-hmm. Because Mokijin was random anyways.
Right.
So that's just me. But I think at that, maybe Master Raven. I thought she would be
okay.
Alex would be cool.
Yeah, Fusion is one of my boys who plays a mean Steve. My God, a mean Steve. Like, God.
Steve is for tryhards. Like, no.
He tries hard.
No, yeah, I was like, the dirt. I think another one that I wouldn't mind coming in, and I just remember him from the old ones, but like, I think it's Lee.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember ever seeing him anymore. Like, I don't ever see him, so I'm just kind of like, okay, like maybe him would come back, he'd be cool.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know when it comes to Tekken. Alex, bring in Alex back. Give me my Dino.
Ooh,
give me my Dino back.
Oh yeah, you bring the Dino back. That'd be Dino. Be cool.
I also
bring back Christy because I love her. Bring Christy back.
Bring Christy back. One that I've always joked about is I know they have Panda and they have Kuma and Panda.
Yeah,
I want Mecha Kuma. Like, I want them to make like a robot version of Kuma because I would switch from Brian to Mecha Kuma all day.
Mecha Kuma would be fun.
Mecha Kuma would be awesome. Like, like Mecha Kuma got into like the Gun Jack program, and then
oh man, I would like to see for the fun of it, just like in like a new like let's say like later, just like we have Jack 8, but like for some reason we bring back Jack 2, just for the fun of it.
No, I don't like. It sounds weird, but I don't like the look of Jack in this one as much. I love his old look. He just
when he was more humanoid and whatnot. Now he's just a big raw like piece of metal.
I was glad though. I will say I was glad that they went back to the alien look for Yoshimitsu.
Yeah,
like I love that alien look. I don't know what they were doing with 7 when he had like the octopus. Like they had this like weird Japanese style with like octopus style and all this, and I was like.
Yeah, all the just wiggling and everything like.
Oh yeah, him and then like I can't help looking at Victor without thinking of like the Colonel. Oh, I do. Every time I see him, I'm just like, oh, that's the KFC.
I get it. Yeah.
Dude, if you took the KFC Colonel and John Wick and merged them into one, you get Victor. And I was like, I need to see this DBZ fusion of epicness.
Yeah, and I have a John Wick skin for him too in my game.
Oh,
made
yeah,
one.
dude, I have
Yeah.
for Brian alone, I have like because you can do the one with like tan skin. So I have
Yeah.
like him with the tan skin with like the fade cut and all this other kind of shit. And I'm like,
Oh.
I'm trying to make Brian like as dark as possible.
Speaking about my friend Eugene, he made so many like people with the fade for characters, and I'm like, but why? Why?
I did with I was messing around with like June's a little bit, but I was like, I love her hair the way it is. Like I
Mhm.
love some of the characters like that. So I like not mess with it. Or like Nina is one that I was like, all right, I'll switch, I'll switch up. I'm like, Nina's a boss. She needs to look like a boss. She needs to like
Right.
that whole outfit. Absolutely. But then like I said, when I get to a character like Brian, I was like, okay, so like I'm gonna make different kind of Brian. So I made tan Brian, I made samurai Brian, I made don't tread on me Brian, but like I made oh yeah, it's just Brian with like a t-shirt,
Yeah.
jeans, and a red hat. Like it was like
real. Yeah.
And I'm
Don't
just
tread
like,
on
damn,
me.
I don't even want to make it like this, but this fits way too fucking well.
Right.
So I'm gonna get into my last question, and I appreciate
Yeah.
you being here.
No problem, man.
What does gaming mean to you?
Gaming to me, it means so many different things, but if I had to say gaming is, I would say expression. Gaming shows who you can be. It could show the best of us and it could show the worst of us. It shows our true self. It can show how we are comfortable in our own skin, depending on what type of games we play. It could show how the expression of creativity when we make characters or we try to make, original characters in different universes and whatnot. Gaming is so much emotion and expression that we as people can't live without. And the same thing with like writing stories or making music or anything. It's expression. Gaming in that sense where it shows so many different sides of different people. And I think that gaming, for even for myself, it shows the expression of my creativity, my drive to do what I do every day. And I just love it. It's just gaming. Without gaming, I think I'd just be a very, very still a quiet person and whatnot, not really knowing where life was going to take me or anything like that. But I'm glad gaming showed me what I could be and make a better version of myself than I was 20, like, even like, even like before, like 20 years ago or anything like that. But I love the road that I've paved with gaming, and I hope to keep going with it until I am in the dirt.
No, I love that. I love that. And that's so damn. No, I haven't heard that one. I haven't heard that one. That was like that's good. I love that.
It's like,
I love
goddamn.
that. I wasn't expecting. I was kind of like, okay, like so I'd be like, oh, it's more than a hobby. It's just blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's fair. Heard that before, and before that, and before that,
And before that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so I appreciate you being here, man.
Dude, thank you
110%.
for bringing me on. Thanks for reaching out. I'm just glad I looked at my message request because that's where the message went.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Sometimes I've had a couple people be like, I didn't even realize that you messaged. I was like, yeah, nobody checks their message requests.
Because usually it's just a bunch of business people just like, oh, we want to send you something. Oh, you want to join our agency for your TikTok live? When are you going live so we can give you some gifts? I'm like, yeah, whatever. So usually I'll just go and delete. But I was like, oh, but I remember seeing your name before. 'Cause I think I watched the show with MG, Mindful Gamer, was on. So I was like, wait, I remember this name. Hold on, let me look. So I was like, yeah, I was like, oh hell yeah, why not? So I do appreciate you for reaching out to me and being entertaining enough to like, get this man on my show right now.
Absolutely. Like I said, I appreciate you being here. For the people who might not know, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, Instagram. Same username, pro_quesadilla. That's PRO_KESADIA. You can see right there. But I'm usually live around like 3 p.m. PST or 6 p.m. PST and I usually go into the dead of night and like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. But then we're just always playing video games. We're always trying something different. You can always check out my videos for new games. I always talk about indie games or gaming news and stuff like that. Or, I've been started to do skits again, so that's been fun lately.
Oh,
So
boy.
if you like video game skits, definitely check that out. Check out my new one that I put out. It's Marvel Rivals related. It's really funny. But yeah, like that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm always on almost every day. Thursday's my day off because my chat gets mad at me if I don't take a break. I'm always working. So
That's fair. And for everybody else, you can catch me over on Twitch, YouTube. Of course, it is because that's how you're watching this, as well as TikTok, sitting over at Instagram as well. I even have a page on my Facebook, and hopefully that Mark Zecchi doesn't take it down. So like, I also have I'm on Twitter, but I'm never on there. Same with like Threads, but I'm never on there either. Like, let's be honest, they're kind of a waste of time. But that's just me. So for everybody else, I appreciate you all being here. And I'm Afro Fish OG. And I'll catch you all in the next one.